everybody, welcome to my new series, Sew With Me. In today's project, I'm going to be making a high-low skirt, and this is my fabric of choice. It's a fleece blanket, and I had a lady ask me if I could make her a skirt for a Christmas party she was going to, so this is my attempt at making one. I have never made one, so I'm just winging it. She told me she was a size medium, so I'm just going to be folding my measuring tape in half to 28 inches and just cutting at the folded corner there. My fleece blanket is folded in half, and I'm just cutting on the corner that has the fold on it. I am completely self-taught, so most of these projects will be to the best of my ability. Okay, once you've got done cutting out the measurement for the waist, I'm just going to be measuring down about 20 to 30 inches, and this is going to be the back of the skirt, the long part of the skirt, and I'm just going to make a mark there just so I know where the end of the skirt is. Once I'm done with those measurements, I'm going to start cutting the shortest part of the skirt. Since I'm working with a fleece blanket, it doesn't give me much room for the front of the skirt. So I'm just going to the hem of the blanket, and I'm just cutting in a curve. And I'm going to cut all the way down to that mark that we made at the very bottom, and this is going to be your skirt. And the next thing that we're going to do, I think right here I'm just cutting off that binding that's on the blanket. So I'm just cutting that off so it's easier to sew. And that's what we're going to do next, is sew up that edge. Now there's my sewn edge. I did make this a little bit backwards, and my hem for the skirt is in the front. That's what it's gonna look like when it is totally sewn. I'm sorry, my camera didn't get the full view of the skirt. Now I'm gonna work on the waistband of the skirt. Here I'm just trying to figure out the stretchiest way of the blanket, and I'm just tugging and pulling. And what I'm going to do to make the waistband is I'm going to take the same measurement of the measurement that we had earlier, which was 28, and I'm going to add 1.5 inches for seam allowance and then like extra waist room. Line up the folded edge of the measuring tape to the folded edge of the blanket and mark where your marking should be. And I'm just going to cut up about 5 inches, and then I'm going to fold it up, and that's going to be my waistband, the thickness. And then I'm going to be showing you what it looks like unfolded. So it's going to be one long piece. I'm just cutting off that binding there on the side. So this is going to be my full waist band, and that's what I'm going to do there. Is I'm going to just flip it up and then flip it to the other side there, and I'm going to sew it right along that side there and make sure that right sides are together. This is what your finished waistband should look like once you're done sewing. If you have a serger, then you can serge off those ends. But I don't, so I'm just testing out the stretching and checking out the sewing. Next I'm going to do is take that bottom piece of the skirt, and I'm going to grab my pins, and I'm going to sew the waistband to the skirt. And right here, I put it on the wrong way. I put the right side to the wrong side, but what you want to do is take your right side of the skirt and make sure that the right side of the waistband are together. So then you have the wrong side of the waistband facing up. And what I'm going to do is just pin at that where we sewed our fabric together, and I'm going to go to the opposite side and pin there, and then I'm going to tug at it at the other opposite side so then I can make sure that my fabric is even on all corners and that it lays together nicely. And what I'm going to do there is just sew it, and that's pretty much it for the skirt. If you wanted to, you can hem the bottom of your skirt depending on what type of fabric you're using. Because I'm using a fleece blanket, I don't need to hem the edges because fleece material doesn't fray. The most that it'll do is roll up on itself, which is fine. Once you are done sewing your waistband on, like I said, if you have a serger, you can serge those ends for a more professional look. If you like this video, then please leave a comment down below and maybe make a request on what you would like to see done next. Yeah, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, like, share, and comment. And don't forget to press that bell button so you'll be notified every time I post a new video.